Black women that make decentering men content are definitely getting phased out of TikTok, and my heart just broke because Cecilia, Regina, the OG, okay, the original OG when it came to decentering men content on TikTok, is literally talking about leaving the app.
There is this particular content creator on TikTok that is currently being called out. So her name is Flood Villian. So recently, you guys, I have been seeing her content back to back to back to back to back. I live in TikTok. Like I'm always on TikTok. I'm always looking, sourcing for content on TikTok. So I always see a post every time, which is fine because she talks about the sentiment, and I center my own feed around people that talk about relationship, marriage, the sentiment, and all of that. But people are calling her out because they feel like she stole from Cecilia Regina. So I saw a video of Cecilia Regina saying that she is leaving TikTok. You guys, when it comes to creating content as a black creator, it is difficult everywhere. Okay. If you, as a black woman, you're creating the same thing that a white woman is creating, this is just the honest truth. You will see that the white woman makes more money, she gets more visibility than you, even if you're saying exactly the same thing. That is how the system has been. It doesn't favor black women, it doesn't favor black people at all. In fact, it's worse for Africans. But we're gonna get there. So Cecilia said she's no longer going to, or she's thinking of leaving TikTok because TikTok is stressing her. She has been censoring her words, and it just feels like it's really stressed. Let me show you all the videos she posted. Then we'll come back and discuss.
Cecilia Regina here. You may have noticed I haven't been posting much content recently, and I think I'm going to just stop creating altogether. This app has made it impossible for me to do something that I love. For example, I've been talking about how relationships and having children for the wrong men are a humiliation ritual forever. It's supposed to be a humiliation ritual of you. You're supposed to be the one getting embarrassed, and it's very one-sided. It's not a joke if you're being laughed at. It's a humiliation ritual.
Only two things are required to keep me happy: keep my belly full and my balls empty.
That is not a wedding. That is a humiliation ritual. And people would like my content and follow me after those videos, but so many of them complained that the app would unfollow my account, even people who've been following me for years. I mean, just check your account right now. It's crazy how they will do me. Anyway, so those videos are all from 2023. I've been saying this stuff for the longest, and I thought, okay, because I make content decentering men, TikTok is going to suppress me, but now it's pushing to the FYP other people who say the same things. While it suppresses my content just so arbitrarily, I literally just got 3 originality violations for posting on this day content. You know, TikTok shows you your memories and says, repost this. Well, I did it, and they try to take my account. I just realized those 3 videos I referenced came from my Shut Up Ring list. I mean, it got millions of views. It gets out there. It's popular, but TikTok will either demonetize these videos or eventually just take them down. And I don't get any protection. Big time creators like this Brett Cooper will just steal my work outright. Like I remember when she took my It's a Shut Up Ring video about Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas, played the entire thing, did not credit me once, didn't say my name at all. This was on YouTube. They didn't do anything about it. YouTube wouldn't even allow me to have an account at that point, and she got to play my video. No repercussions. That's why I started watermarking my stuff, so at least my name would be seen. I popularized that term. I was using it as far back as March of 2023, as you see here. But either I say the thing first, TikTok punishes me for it, and then everyone starts saying it, and I still can't say it, or I say it anyway, and I just get suppressed. Trying to avoid violations is why I started saying XYs on here. It's a term I used to always use when I was blogging, and I've been saying that since 2023 on here. Or I'll create terms like demographics or secret sauce, just to get around censorship and also just to have some fun. But I spend most of my time fighting the app and not creating, and I can't do it anymore. It's crazy how incongruent this is. I still haven't even hit 500,000 followers, but I've got 37 million likes. Wow. They will push whatever I create just enough for them to get the viewership and whatnot, but consistently not pay me for my work, punish me for creating, and never credit me for my ideas, and I just refuse to deal with it anymore. I thank you to my longtime followers. I love and appreciate all of you. If you want to support me by trying to push out the work and see if that does any good, by all means. I've seen in the past week what you all can do when you use your voices. But I'm one person and I'm too tired. I've been dealing with grief, grad school, family stuff, and I can't, I don't have it in me to fight this app, to be able to create, and to say nothing of the toll that the actual work takes on me. So I just wanted you all to know that. That's it. I've done everything I can think of. I've gotten a backup account. I've tried using code words, but I can't. That's it. Like and follow for more while you can.
You already have an idea who Cecilia Regina is. She create content around the sentiment. I feel like if something is, if I see a particular video going viral, I always want to hear from Cecilia. I always want to hear her talk. I always want to hear her own take because she's always saying the truth, the right thing. She's always hitting the nail in the head. I love her content so much. Like, so sometimes I have to go and search her page because I don't even see her content like that on my For You page. I'll go and search to see her content, to see if she has talked about the particular topic and see what she's saying. Like, I always want to hear from her because I just love what she said. I love her opinion. I love everything about her content. But now, people are coming for this particular white creator. I'm going to show you all the video. So, due to this particular video that Cecilia Regina created, now, allowed other people to go and attack flawed villain, right? And the thing is, if you watch content around the sentiment, if you're on TikTok and you watch content around the sentiment, or you watch content around relationship, you just want to do entertainment, you centering your life and all of that, there's no how you have not come across our page, our videos. You must have seen our videos back to back because they are pushing our content so much that it is on your face like this. Like, I keep seeing, I can see our content like on my For You page in a particular minute. Like, I'll just keep scrolling. I keep seeing it. You keep bringing it back to back because they're trying to push our content, even if I'm not following her yet. So people went to her and be like, "You are copying Regina. You're using our word because Regina used codes to talk." If you really watch Regina video, you will know that she used code. She doesn't really even use men and women. She uses XYs. She doesn't, like, she always use code. So if you don't even follow Regina, or you don't understand what she's saying, you might not even really understand the things she's saying because she used codes. So when it comes to humiliation ritual, Regina, I heard it first in Regina, really. But anyway, people tell her that she stole the word and all that, but she had a lot of videos to back it up. Let me show you all these videos. But then I'd like to know your thought about this whole thing because this is a serious matter, you guys. They will talk about it at the end of the videos.
I'm going to use this comment because I had a really interesting comment. If y'all haven't checked out her page, you should check out her page. She makes great videos. I also watch her. I'm being told that I am stealing again. So I'm stealing her ideas. I'm stealing Shira Sevens. I'm stealing from Priscilla. I'm stealing from some random creator I've never seen in my fucking life. I also watch content. I'm also a consumer of content. I've also posted over 1,200 videos in the past 4 months. Again, do y'all think I was out here plotting, stealing from creators? In your logical mind. We have to use our brains. Not only that, I also get shit for talking about Priscilla and Shira 7, But I'm I watch them. Cecilia said something about a humiliation ritual. Here's her credit. I think it's really embarrassing that people are coming to my page and saying weird shit. This is kind of what I literally was just talking about in my last video I just posted, that they want us to compete with each other. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not stealing ideas from anybody. I have my own way of even coming on here, okay? Y'all are new here and y'all follow me and you guys don't watch Priscilla, Shira 7, Queen Sovereign, Cecilia, YB Edits, on the top of my head, I don't know who else, but I feel like those are the main ones that I watch. Then you should check them out too. I feel like y'all want me to be the bad guy, but I mean, again, my name is Flawed Villain. It's quite fitting for this. Interesting what the internet does. Except I'm not a weak ass bitch, so I will keep coming on here. Oh yeah, and also MJ, she also makes good content. I hope people understand how content works on TikTok. Volume is really important on TikTok. That's why I post at least 10 times a day as I was trying to build this up. So naturally, I'm going to be seen more than probably a lot of the people that I even follow.
Yeah.
Y'all understand that, right? Okay. Sometimes the most random videos that I have are the ones that get traction. Like me sitting with a candle saying, dating is a humiliation ritual. Me just posting a video, not really thinking twice about it. I'm just like, oh, I have to clock in. I told myself I'm going to do at least 10 videos. Yeah, people are fucking weird. Go check out all of these women who also make content about these things in their own way, okay? Not all content is for everybody. You know, a lot of people don't want to listen to Priscilla anymore, okay? And a lot of people don't want to listen to Shira 7 about dating advice. So I have my own opinions on all these things. Do we understand where this is going? If you want the honest truth about why content is shown and why the other content creators aren't being shown, it's based on engagement, okay? Her page, she's a faceless content creator and she has hella followers for being a faceless content creator, okay? She has a lot of followers for just being a faceless content creator. This is a visual platform, okay? If you know anything about content, if you know even like a tiny bit of content, because you don't understand all the cues that people can use to create content and keep you engaged, right? But you don't understand them because you're just a viewer, right? But visual parts of content creation are very important, okay? It keeps the viewer engaged in the video. That's why I keep saying engagement, because it keeps you staying on the video. It keeps you watching the video. I don't even have to try, actually. I can simply do things like this, or I can light my candle and get you engaged within the first few seconds, all right? For you to say that my content is being boosted more because I'm white is kind of fucking ridiculous, because I've been showing up on here minimum 10 videos a day, okay? This platform is about volume, and this platform is also about a lot of visual cues, visual engagement, hooks that get you in the beginning, okay? I just understand some strategies that work for me, okay? And there has to be some strategy applied if you want to make content. There's a few content creators that I also watch, and I hope that they someday start showing their face, because honestly, you have to show your face, because people aren't going to trust your message if you're not actually on here speaking. There's also people who come on here and they read scripts, and that doesn't seem genuine, right? TikTok is a platform where you have to be a genuine person, in my opinion. At least that's the content creators that I watch mostly. For you to say that my content is being pushed out because I'm white would be completely incorrect, because if that was the case, then that would have happened months ago, where I started posting 10 videos a day. That would have been the case, okay? I think my strategy and the way I speak in videos has just gotten more engaging and better for my viewers. And this isn't to say I'm not getting like rich off of this. I don't think y'all realize I'm making pennies, okay? I'm making fucking pennies, because I'm not one of those content creators that's like pretty, white, and beautiful, right? Because I know that's also a factor, right? But that's not who I am. Okay, I'm a different type of content creator in this conversation. I'm kind of the entertaining one. I'm having fun with this. I am being my authentic self, and I think that's why my content is resonating with people so much, because I'm not sugarcoating things. I'm just saying who I am, and I also engage with my audience a lot. Me replying back to comments is another form of engagement, okay? Because now you feel like you're important because I'm replying to it, okay? And I also do this often when I reply to men's comments, because I use them as kind of bait. Also, if you look back again, because I've already posted several videos up to this point, I gave her credit. I commented about her. I comment about women all the time. The woman that even made that video go viral, her name is Aries on here, and I credited her multiple times already, and I commented on her videos, and I commented in my own comments of her saying thank you, okay? I'm not some sort of thief on here. I just know that the things that work for me, and I'm just gonna keep doing the things that work for me. And if people don't like them, that's okay, but there's a lot of reasons why my videos work, okay? It's not just because of my skin color, it's because of my strategies, okay? And a lot of my strategies are just now natural. I don't even have to try. These are things that I've created in my own content, in my own creative way. And you're not gonna notice them because you are a viewer, okay? You are behind the fourth wall, okay? Do you understand? Because I'm saying I didn't know she coined the term humiliation ritual, all right? Humiliation ritual is also used in different conversations. Like, you are aware of that, right? You are aware of that, right? Like Holly weird shit, men wearing dresses. Cat Williams talks about this shit. Like the word humiliation ritual has already existed. So saying that I have to credit a word to a creator is insane. That's literally insane. Because then I would have also had to sit there and be like, well, actually, I've also heard the word humiliation ritual from people talking about Holly weird. Do you see how insane that is? Do you see how? Because it's a word. It is a word. Maybe this is my humiliation ritual where people are going to say that I'm a thief and I'm stealing content when in fact I'm just coming on here and fucking yapping, you know? My whole strategy with content was to just come on here and yap and not overthink. Because if I was to go and like plot my content, I would never have posted anything, okay? Because I used to overthink content. I still overthink YouTube shit because you have to actually plan that shit. But with TikTok, I was like, just post the video, move on, go to the next one. Don't even watch the video I posted. So mind you, that video with me and the candle and me trying to make a series called Coven Codes, I pulled that out of my ass also. I was like, see, I like this. This is funny. Me lighting a candle, acting like I'm having a meeting in a dark alley, and then I would just say something. Like, it wasn't this deep, thought out process, right? To me, this is fine because if people think that I'm sitting here plotting and planning my content to this extent and I'm going out and stealing other creators' work, then that's okay with me. You don't have to stick around because I am going to keep creating. I am just going to keep showing up as my authentic self because that was my whole goal with content, okay? Especially about volume when you first start creating. Maybe after you get a following and your views might go up in ratios, but when you first are building your following, you have to post a lot, okay? Every big creator who is big now posted a lot, okay? And then after they have traction and after they have their algorithm working in certain ways where their videos are shown to their followers or to the algorithm better, then they could slow it down, okay? But you have to post a lot. I'm not even getting rich from this, all right? I wish, that'd be sick. I'm just starting to see some sort of reward with followers, okay? And followers don't mean anything. I'm gonna keep posting, I'm gonna keep showing up, and if y'all don't like me, that's totally fine.
So, from my own point of view, right? I'm going to say my own point of view. I feel like when it comes to when it comes to creating content as a black person, a black woman to be specific, especially when you're talking about the century men, you're actually saying the truth to awaken women. You're going to be censored. You're going to be censored. They're going to push your content down. They're going to shadow ban you. They're going to do so many things just for you to keep quiet. You all know Cynthia G. You're going to be censored. And the thing is, it's not even around the niche of the century man or relationship. When you also look at another niche, if a black content creator is creating the same thing that a white content creator is creating, and they're putting in the same amount of effort and the same amount of work, the white person gets favored by the algorithm more than the black person. I just feel like they just they just don't want black people to succeed. That is what the algorithm says. That is how it's. They don't need to tell us. I don't even see. We're not seeing the algorithm, but we can see how it works. They try to silence black people most especially than the white ones. That is just what I feel. And I feel like it's in all niche because this is not the first time I'm seeing things like this. And even other niche that some people actually came to. In fact, you can do your research and check. You will see that it's easier for a white content creator to grow faster than a black content creator. I don't know why. And then let's go to Africans. See, it's even worse for we Africans. It is worse for us because I don't know. I don't know. There's something about when it comes to let's talk about TikTok. Do you know Africans we can monetize our TikTok accounts? Like I guys are aware, we cannot monetize our TikTok accounts. Africans cannot be monetized. But other countries, other continents can be monetized, but we cannot monetize our TikTok account. Why? the kind of content African people create, the way they spend time on social media and create original content on TikTok. I feel like the kind of money and traffic that Africans are pushing on that TikTok account. I feel like if they monetize, they know how rich people will be, but they don't want to make us. That is another topic entirely. When it also comes to YouTube or other places, yes, YouTube is monetized in Africa, but then they get percentage. We pay 30% off the money you make every month to, I don't know, for tax. Okay. 30% to the US tax. Like, it's just crazy. The CPN is very low when it comes to African. You'll be seeing the views, but then because of the CPN is very low, you're not even making the same money that somebody that is not in the continent is making. That's why some people have to lie. They have to change their VPN to start creating accounts as if they are not in Africa, as if they are not, so that they can be favored or they can see things. So that is another thing entirely. When it comes to creating content, I feel like, for me, I don't think I would say she stole something. I feel like when it comes to what talking about what men have done and all of that, everybody have almost the same thing to talk about. We are saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing. If I come and talk about my experience and you come and talk about your experience, I talk about the experience that I heard. We are all saying the same thing. They all treat us the same way. So it is normal and possible for us to say the same thing. But when it comes to a particular word that some creators are using, I just feel like it's okay for you to give them credit, especially if they call you out for it. You should be able to give them the credit. But you saying that the word is everywhere, but you are using the word, da, 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 da. No. Cecilia was one that started using that word. And I'm not saying she's a bad creator. I love her content so much. And I love her strategy. I love the fact that she's putting so much work. Posting 10 content a day is a lot. And of course, our video is going to be pushed like that because social media is like a number game. The more you keep posting, the more they see your content, right? So the more you post, the more they see your content. The less you post, if you feel like you want to be posting once a week, you're not going to be comparing your once a week to somebody that posts 10 videos a day. The other day, I saw a video that said on Snapchat, because Snapchat is now monetized, and they were like, if you post, somebody was like, he posts 250 stories a day on Snapchat. You cannot compare someone that posts 250 stories a day to somebody that just posts 2 posts a day and you expect to make the same money or you expect to have the same visibility. It's not possible. Yes, I understand that the more you post, you get visible, but then you're still being privileged because of the color of your skin. That is just the truth. And this is just the truth. And we see it everywhere. There are a lot of content creators that I don't even really see, that I enjoy their content. I don't see them on my For You page anymore until I go and do my research or go and search them, go and look for their names to see how they are doing before I can see their content. And because they are Black women.
All right, y'all, it's that time of the year. I gotta make this video again. And it sucks. I don't like to do this. But I'm just here to tell you once again, if the white woman content creators that you follow are not also making content about intersectionality and deconstructing white supremacy, then the only perspective they have in this space is the perspective of a white woman. Yes, they can be from a different country. I'm from Ukraine. It doesn't mean I'm not a white woman in America. I'm a white woman in America. That's all it is. They can keep making decenter men content. They can keep making the female empowerment content. But a lot of y'all have really high expectations for these women, and you're assuming that if they get one thing, they get the other thing. But it's not that simple. Once you see the parallels, it is hard to unsee them. But if you plan on being a content creator in this space, you have to be more than aware, right? You have to continuously educate yourself and train your brain to catch these things, because there will be pitfalls. There will be times that you feel like you're being attacked when you're just being called out. Really, you're being called in. The fact that people are calling you out is a good thing. It means they think there's hope for you. They fully believe that you will get it. And some of these content creators will be dead set on proving those people wrong. And the other thing that I'm going to say about it is because I want all white women to be held accountable for this. All white female content creators need to be with this program, because if you're not, you are only making content for white women. And this goes for all white female content creators, because like I said, I've made this video before and I will make it again. Whenever that these subjects come up, there is a strong urge to like pile on one person. And we can do that, but will it be helpful? No, because it's going to absolve a lot of other people from the responsibility that they should have. This is a general call out. If you're making content regarding decentering men, please know that your content is not sufficient if it's not intersectional. That's the end of the sentence. Because if you are making content for women, you have to understand everything that comes with that. If you only came prepared to make content that bashes men, rightfully, that's not sufficient, because the systems of oppression that we live under are less of a hierarchical triangle and they're more of like a pyramid where all of these sides help to hold up the other sides. So as long as there's any hierarchy present, then oppression is still present. As women, we are always stronger together. So I need a lot of women, especially popular white women content creators on this app, to realize that when you are being massively called out, the people that are calling you out are not seeing this as some kind of test, but it is a test. It's a test to see whether you're going to act just like a man in that situation. And that's where a lot of white women miss the mark, because they don't understand the intersectionality of their own content, mind you, right? So it's kind of like, I always liken it to this. We as women make content about men being shitty, and men respond by being defensive. How do we feel? Or men respond by saying, well, actually, how do we feel? What would we rather them do? The way that white women are socialized in any country, wherever, no, it doesn't matter where you grow up, might be more or less to an extent. You're like even implicitly taught certain things about whiteness and about being a white woman. And those things are harmful because they help to support a hierarchical system. When you play those things out, and then women call you out, and like especially black women call you out, and you act like, no, I didn't really do that. You just misunderstood me. You just misinterpreted what I said. I didn't even know that, wasn't even aware. I just hope you know it's you that is going to help divide women, right? When you're claiming to want to bring women together, you're actually going to divide them if you don't listen to the black women in your comments and you don't understand that they're trying to call you in and not out. They want you to be a part of the community. You just need to understand certain things before you can be a helpful part of that community. It's kind of like we say we don't like male feminists, right? Men who claim to want to be part of the movement, but they're really inside the movement just to help control it and help steer it, help educate women on what not to say. They're really just kind of gaslighting the movement from the inside. That's what we don't want to do as white women, okay? Black women's problems, concerns, all of those things are legitimate. It's like a miracle that these kind of call outs actually don't happen more often. The community will hold you and support you until you start stepping on toes and fingers and heads even, right? And then people are going to say, hey, you're stepping on my head a little bit. The response should not be to step on their head harder. The response should be, oh, I'm sorry. Let me move my foot and let me make sure that I don't do this in the future. Anyways, I hope this helps. I love you all. Once again, please view this as a call in, not a call out. Godspeed.
Black women that make decentering men content are definitely getting phased out of TikTok, and my heart just broke because Cecilia, Regina, the OG, okay, the original OG when it came to decentering men content on TikTok, is literally talking about leaving the app. And my thing is this, like, we all have the same experiences with men. So of course, we are all going to say the same things as men. And the thing about it is that there are so many terms that like Cecilia Regina has like coined, right? There's so many things that she has coined where it's like whenever a person of color will say the same thing, and then another person will also say that same thing when they're not a person of color, it's like we always have to give credit where it's due. And I can see that a lot of women in the comments, whenever They talk about content creators that they follow. I love the fact that there are a lot of people that comment and they bring in all the content creators that make the same exact content, because you can definitely tell that they're trying to phase black women out of making decentering men content on here, which is the reason why I left the app for a good 4 or 5 months, because once the current administration got voted in and they took the app away from us in the United States and then they ended up bringing it back, they had shadow banned me. It was very obvious that they were suppressing what I'm doing, and Cecilia Regina has literally had to jump through fucking hoops to make sure that her content is not triggering the algorithm, where, you know, she's had to use code words, she's had to use all types of things. And so they actually shadow banned me after the president ended up getting elected. And so I had to take time and I went to YouTube, and then I ended up coming back over here, and it appears as though they don't have me S banned anymore. But I feel as though it's becoming more and more common, because it's like I don't really see the sovereign woman post as much anymore. Occasionally I will see Lilith post, and then Cecilia Regina is talking about leaving here altogether. And that's the reason why I left, because it was so very obvious that particularly black women, even Shar Henley, like Shar has not posted in forever, and I'm sure that she quit posting for the very same reason. But I just think it's very important that, like, when there are a new wave of creators, like, we always have to give credit where it's due. We always have to remember, like, where we heard something first from, and like keep that in mind, and like constantly be a reminder to like give content creators that were saying like things long before other people started hopping on the bandwagon of saying it. It's very important that we give those people flowers, because you wouldn't have the creative idea to create content with, none of us would, until that person that said it first. And it kills me that they're doing what they're doing with the algorithm to be able to suppress, you know, a certain demographic of people's content, just strictly because they want to have people say what it is that they want to have be said. And of course, does that take away from the message? Of course it doesn't take away from the message, but I honestly see less and less black female content creators that talk about decentering men more on here, because all they want to do is suppress us. Like, they don't want us talking up about this. So I just wanted to get that off of my chest, because it's an observation that I've been making. And yeah, like, I feel as though Cecilia Regina kind of talked about the elephant in the room with what they're seeing on social media without really bringing it up and addressing it. And yeah, I really did just want to say, like, no, like, I get it. Like, I feel as though she's vindicated and validated with the decision that she's making to decide to not make content on here anymore, because it's not rewarded. It's a waste.
I don't see sovereign woman's content like I usually do. I love her so much. I love her content so much. In fact, I love her as a person. So I usually see her on my For You page back to back, back to back. I'm like, what's going on? I don't even see her. I don't see her content like that. I'm following her. I don't even see her. This last creator, which is Queen, I love her content. I love her too as well. I started seeing her content, but by the time I was not seeing her content, I was like, what's going on? There's a particular creator then, I don't even know. Shine Early, I don't even see Shine Early content anymore. Bob and Buji, I don't see Bob and Buji content on my TikTok. And I'm following her. I don't see her content at all on my TikTok. Shawanda, I see Shawanda content. I see Shawanda content every time. I don't know. Then there are a lot. A lot. I don't even know them by name, but I know them facially. I don't see. There's some that even if you're not following them, or you keep seeing their content back to back, back to back. But the thing is that they always want to silence the fact that we are saying the truth and we're trying to awaken women, because they are seeing it, especially when you're saying the truth and you're trying to teach younger ones to, do the right thing. And of course, it's going to affect the whole system. Imagine you advising people not to get married and have children and let them see the truth behind you being a mom. It's like it's going to affect the system, because they start looking at how the birth rate is dropped, and they'll start looking for where the source is, and they'll silence us like it's normal. Even here on YouTube, I keep getting some messages. I've not been seeing your content. I've not been seeing your content. It's normal. Like they always want to just push you down when they see that you're going up a bit. In fact, they will demonetize you. There's some content creators that have been demonetized just because for no reason, just because you're creating content around the century men or something. So I just feel like the kind of hatred or the kind of thing that I don't know, it's just crazy. I don't know if it's hatred, but the system doesn't just favor we black women. And I don't have anything against that content creator, Flawed Valiant. I love her content as well. I just love her. I personally agree with YUV edits with what she said in that video. I also love YUV edits as well. If you know, you know. So I agree with her, what she said, and everything she said in that video. You guys, what's your take on this whole thing? Do you think that there's nothing like stealing people content? For me, I just feel like there's nothing like, oh, you're stealing what I'm saying. No, like, I feel like we're all experiencing the same thing. We are all experiencing the same thing, but you have to accept the fact that you are being favored more than another race. Like it's normal. Like you have to see it. Yes, you're putting in that work, of course, that also puts your content and all of that. But because of your color of your skin, you're getting in more engagement, more things, and more that the kind of copyright and the kind of strike that a fellow content creator will get because she's a particular skin color, you're not gonna get it because you get a pass for it. I just feel like if you don't know this, just do more research on it and you see how black content creators are really struggling. Even when it comes to beauty industry as well, they are struggling to meet up the standards and all of that. It's not easy. You see a beauty content creator doing the same thing that a white beauty content is doing, and she's seeing and the other one is not seeing. Like it's just it's crazy, you guys. What's your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, you guys, this is just my own take. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.